Simulan mong abutin ang iyong pangarap na magbibigay dangal sa iyong bukas. Ang suliranin, hindi laging nandyan, dapat mong harapin. Kami iyong kasama sa bawat takin, magkaakbay nating lulutasin. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ang boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ikaw lagi ang bida. Ang mga aral ay ginintuang atin ng bawat guro na siyang gagabay sa iyong pagkamulat. Naway umukit ito sa iyong isipan, maging mapanuri, sundin ng wasto at nararapat. Kagandahang asal ang ipakita, ipadama ang pusong may malasakit. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ang boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ikaw lagi ang bida. Sakali mang tayo'y subukin ng unos, ating haharapin ng walang takot. Sasamahan ka ni Fernan at Dino, ang bagong barkada mo. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, edukasyon mo'y sigurado na. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, edukasyon mo'y sigurado na.
Fernandino Teens TV.
A pleasant morning, Fernandino teens. How are you today? Let me guess. Oh, you are having a good time with your lessons. Well, that is great. Despite of this new variant of COVID-19, the Omicron, you still manage to love learning. And that is good. Do you want to enjoy it more? Let us find out how interesting our topic for today is going to be. In here, student demonstrates understanding of Southeast Asian literature as a mirror to shared a heritage, coping strategies in processing textual information, strategies in examining features of a listening and viewing materials, and propaganda techniques. In this particular week, we will discuss 3 connected topics. That is why the title of today's episode is Harmony of 3, an episode which will clear away all the doubts you have in your minds about the lessons. Allow me to read to you the learning competencies or LCs that we would connect later in our discussion. First, determine the target audience of a material viewed or read. Next, judge the relevance and worth of ideas presented in the material viewed or read. Lastly, recognize propaganda techniques in a given text. All these 3 topics are interconnected or interrelated in some ways. All we have to do is to clear the paths to uncover them one by one to make understanding easy and manageable each time we encounter them. Are you ready to discover how? Well, Fernandino teens, now is the time to sit back, relax, watch and enjoy the wonderful world of TV in learning our lessons. Good morning, everyone. I am Mom JONI SOFIA P. CAYANAN, your teacher for today's episode on Fernandino Teens TV Season 2. Let us enter together into the wonderful world of Southeast Asian literature with another interesting episode that will make you more interested to dig deeper into the connections we have in our close neighbor countries: Brunei, Burma or Myanmar, Cambodia, Timor-Leste, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. To begin with, allow me to give you the objectives for today's lesson. First, determine the target audience of a material viewed or read from Southeast Asian context. Second, judge the relevance and worth of ideas presented in the material viewed or read using Southeast Asian literature. Third, recognize propaganda techniques used in a given text using Southeast Asian-related propaganda. Let us begin by doing this activity. You will be given 5 seconds to read the given statement below and study to whom the speaker wants to address his or her statement. Key in your answer in the comment box below. Ready? Let us start. President Duterte said, "I am encouraging all of you not to use drugs because they will just harm you and your family." Great answer! The target audience are the Filipino people. Are there other answers? Very good! The students who are easily swayed by those who sell those drugs. Oh, there is another answer. The people who visit the Philippines, whatever is their nationality, who are encouraged by the sellers to use those prohibited drugs. I am impressed with your ideas. All of them are correct. Let us proceed to the next. Principal announced, kindly remind your students to follow all the school rules and regulations. Great! The target audience are the teachers. Are there other answers? None. Okay, let us move to the third item. Mr. Garcia said, please read the assigned reading selection and answer the activity that follows. Very good! The target audience are the students. You get it right. Let us try the next one. Vendor told the people, everyone, I am selling these slippers. They are durable and locally made and also cheap at the same time. I see a lot of answers popping up. Let us have them one by one. One says the target audience are the customers. Another says the target audience are those who need slippers. Let me read this one. It says people who have discriminating taste for slippers. Next item, Tourism Secretary reiterated, the Philippines is a great place to visit. So, we are encouraging you to have a tour and vacation in our country. Very good. The target audience are the tourists or foreigners. More answers are popping up. Your answers are correct, my dear Fernandinos. We have only just begun. I have seen potentials in you, the way you give me answers. You are very good. It seems we will both enjoy our time with each other in this episode for today. More of our Harmony of Three would be discussed as Fernandino Teens TV Season 2 returns. Stay tuned, folks. We have a lot to discover in this episode.
Ang Schools Division Office City of San Fernando, Pampanga ay kaisa ng Department of Education sa pagsasagawa ng mga proyekto at programa na tumutugon sa mga pangangailangan ng mga mag-aaral. Inilunsad ang Division Call Center for Tutors and Guidance Counselors upang magbigay ng educational at psychological assistance sa mga mag-aaral, magulang at stakeholders ng division. Kaya, kung may nais kayong itanong tungkol sa pag-aaral, maaaring magpadala ng mensahe sa Division Call Center for Tutors and Guidance Counselors Facebook page o tumawag sa mga numero na makikita sa ibaba ng inyong screen tuwing Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa ganap na alas 8 ng umaga hanggang alas 6 ng gabi. Maaari rin kayong sumangguni sa ating guidance counselors na nagbibigay ng guidance and counseling services. Lahat ng inyong ibabahagi ay mananatiling confidential. Ang nasabing programa ay nagsisilbing daan upang malaman ang feedbacks ng stakeholders para matulungan ang ating divisyon na mapagbuti pa ang mga sumusunod na programa. Ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Tumawag na sa aming mga numero o bumisita na sa aming Facebook page at magpadala ng inyong mga katanungan.
Fernandino Teens TV.
In this lesson, we will determine the target audience of a material viewed. Also, we will judge the relevance and worth of ideas presented. As we go along in this presentation, we will be viewing a selection. Read the following key concepts to have a clear understanding about the lesson. The target audience is the person or group of people a piece of writing is intended to reach. In other words, it is important for a writer to know who will be reading his or her writing. This audience is the person or group of people the writer is aiming for or trying to reach. When a writer knows the target audience, he or she will shape both the purpose and tone of the writing to match the audience needs and sometimes expectations. To analyze the relevance and worth of ideas presented, please refer to the following. First, listen or read carefully the presentation of idea. Second, relate the idea to your own experience. Try to see the writer's effort to connect the idea with your experience. Third, try to use your understanding of the idea. See if you understand the idea well enough that you can take it beyond the context of the speech and use it to make sense of something. Fourth, compare your understanding to the text in the discourse. Ideas are in context in discourse. Look at other things that the speaker says and see that your understanding of idea is consistent with the other parts of the context. Fifth, relate your understanding to the writer's point of view. Place your understanding in the context of what you know about the writer. At this stage, you may ask yourself about the writer's motives and the advantage to him or her of the idea. At this point, you will be watching a story from Myanmar entitled The Country's Good Son. You may also take down notes as you watch the video. In this story, you will have an insight about the heroism of soldiers who risk their lives for the country.
Lin Ang's mother had a shop in the Mingaladan market, where she sold slippers. Lin Ang helped his mother in the shop during his school holidays. As the Mingaladan market was an army market, soldiers could be seen shopping there daily. It was more crowded on Sundays. Many soldiers could be seen moving about busily. It was Sunday, and Lin Ang was sitting in front of the shop.
Younger brother, do you have real Sinkai number 9?
A young man, wearing trousers, entered and asked him. Quickly Lin Ang took a pair of Sinkai number 9 slippers and showed them.
How much are these slippers, young brother?
21 kyats, elder brother.
Can I take only the right side slipper and pay you 10 kyats and 50 pias?
The young man's question made Lin Ang's eyes become wide. If he sold only the right side, how could he sell the left side? And why did he want only one slipper?
You can't do that. If I sell only the right side, the one left in the shop will become useless.
Yes, but I want only the right side. But wait, I'll go and look for a partner.
Lin Ang was left behind, looking at the back of the young man, who walked away, limping. Soon, the young man came back. He had another young man with him. The first young man asked Lin Ang for the slippers, and gave the left side slipper to the young man who had come with him. He lifted the leg of his trouser and put on the slipper. Then he nodded with satisfaction. Only then did Lin Ang understand. They were buying and sharing one pair of slippers. The first young man had a false left leg, and second young man had a false right leg. So everything was all right because there was one who wanted only the right side, and another who wanted only the left side. Lin Ang was sorry to see the condition of the two young men. They were quite young, and they each had a leg missing.
Don't you feel sad that you have only one leg?
Lin Ang was inquisitive and asked them.
Why should we be sad?
The first young man smiled.
We are soldiers who offered even our own lives for our country. We are proud to lose a leg in protecting our country.
When Lin Ang heard the first young man's answer, he respected them. They were very different from the young drug addicts about whom he had often read in the newspapers. They were wasting their lives and killing themselves. These young men were the country's good sons who were protecting the country from its enemies. Their aims and intentions were as different from those of the addicts as east from west, north from south. Although these young men had one leg missing, they still wanted to serve their country. The two young soldiers told Lin Ang that they planned to work in the disabled soldiers' cooperative shop.
I respect you and honor you. You good sons of the country are the jewels of our country. When I grow up, I will try to be a good son of the country like you.
The two young soldiers smiled to hear Lin Ang's words.
We admire your intention. Our country's future will really be bright if there were more young people in our country with the same aim and intention as yours. All right, we will go now.
The two young soldiers said goodbye to Lin Ang and went away. Lin Ang was filled with a desire to become a good son of the country.
Now, let us do a comprehension check. By the way, Fernandinos, a comprehension check is an informal assessment of a student's comprehension across a course carried out by a teacher. Such checks ensures that students understand and grab a concept properly before a teacher proceeds to other concepts and ultimately helps them with their achievement. To evaluate your understanding on the selection The Country's Good Son, try answering the given questions. Key in your answers in the comment box below. Ready? Let us start. Number 1. Cite 3 characteristics of a good son shown in the story. Great answer! Being brave is one. Are there other answers? Excellent! Being honorable and admirable are the other 2 answers we are looking for. Let us go to the next question. Number 2. What life lessons have you learned from the story? Here are the choices. Let me read them to you. A. That soldiers should be given respect and gratitude. B. That soldiers should not be assigned to dangerous places. C. That soldiers should undergo training before going to the battlefield. D. That there are people like the soldiers who are willing to sacrifice their lives for the country. Very good. The answer is letter D. That there are people like the soldiers who are willing to sacrifice their lives for the country. What about the third question? Number 3. What is the purpose of the author in writing this story? A. To show the sacrifices of the soldiers in defending the country. B. To show that even young people can be good citizens of the country. C. To show that people must be grateful and contented on what they have. D. To show that a simple encounter or a small conversation with a stranger can be of great impact to your life. Awesome! The answer is letter D. To show that a simple encounter or a small conversation with a stranger can be of great impact to your life. What about the fourth question? Number 4, in this time of pandemic, how can you be of help to other people? A. By praying for those who are in the front line. B. By going out shopping and attending parties. C. By wearing face mask only when you feel like it. D. By staying at home and following the health protocols. Choose the best answer. Awesome! The answer is letter D. By staying at home and following the health protocols. Number 5. What personal and significant changes happened to Lin Ang after he met the soldiers? A. Lin Ang wanted to sell more slippers. B. Lin Ang wanted to become a soldier when he grows up. C. Lin Ang realized what his dream is after meeting the soldiers. D. Lin Ang was determined to become a good son of the country. Great answer! The answer is letter D. Lin Ang was determined to become a good son of the country. I hope you enjoyed the story, The Country's Good Son. More interesting and fun activities await you after the break. See you later, Fernandino teens!
Maya po oras kaya kayo, Fernandinos. Ako pala ay Elwin Arl Serrano ng City Tourism Office ng Siyudad San Fernando. Ngayong bulan na ini, pagmasusyantaya ang National Heritage Month, na ating temang Victory and Humanity, Upholding Filipino Heritage and Identity. Kambena nini, metong karang aktibidades na ng siyudad, atin ning launching ng bayong Heritage Passport. Yung Heritage Passport, apin ning metong karing proyekto ng kaya katamong siyudad, yung pamanamuna ng Mayor Edwin D. Santiago. Anong nuka rin makalagelangan ding eganagan ng heritage sites, heritage structures, naakit tamo kin kay katamong heritage district. Makakayado din kini, ding importansya da ding mapel na tradisyon kay ni syudad, kalupa na ning pamangawang parol, ang po yung pamangalesa. May awo siyang heritage passport, uling atin kang dapat gawan, anong nukaran puntalan mo lading at tsuking passport, at saka ka mag-selfie. Kay ba't kanta, palto making tourism office, at mamiyalang sticker ka rin eganagan ng apuntulan mong lugar. At timaw may ngari ang tutong passport. Balo mi ngeni, panahon na ini, etamo makain bisa lumal, uli na ng COVID-19 pandemic. Kaya naman kimbanwa ngayon agkatan ko la ding bikers tamo, edad 18 hanggang 50, imbis na lumaot kayo po, di na nyo lang dita ka oras di kaya katamong heritage structures kaya ni syudad. Anya naman karing mumunang 50 bikers ang makayari kaya katamong heritage passport, midinan lang premyong only San Fernando loot bag. Inggawan nyo mo bakanta makapag-register, munta kayo mismo opisina na ng City Tourism, ng munisipyo, at saka kayo magdalang metong valid ID. Kabinan kaya kayong heritage passport, ating makasipit ang instruction nung nano pa ing dapat gawan. Anya naman ka rin hanggang kapadyakin, nanano ko pa, tara na!
Fernandino Teens TV.
Welcome back! You are still watching Fernandino Teens TV Season 2. I still have a lot to share because you are very important to all of us. The story we just had was one of the famous stories in Myanmar. This time, let us try to judge the relevance and worth of ideas presented in the material listened to. Answer yes if it is important and no if it is not. Then, you may give your reason after. Key in your answer in the comment box below. Are you ready? Very good. Here we go. Number 1. Lin Ang helps his mother in the shop during the school holidays. He assists his mother in selling slippers in the market. Is the assistance given by Lin Ang to his mother important? Great answer! Yes! Lin Ang showed a desirable trait by helping his mother in her work even at a young age. What about the second item? We are soldiers who offered even our own lives for our country. We are proud to lose a leg in protecting our country. Marvelous! The answer is yes. Whenever soldiers go to the battlefield, they are already sacrificing their lives for us and for their country. You are doing a great job, Fernandinos. Let us take a look at the third item. When I grow up, I will try to be a good son of the country like you. Is Lin Ang's plan of becoming a soldier in the future an important dream for him? That is correct. Lin Ang already knew what he wanted to become when he grows up. You are making us proud, Fernandino teens. Those are really great answers. These are important things to remember. It is important to know the audience when analyzing the relevance of ideas. Know the writer's point of view. The relevance of ideas. Listen only to the important ideas or concepts being presented. It is important to know who your target audience are so you can shape both the purpose and the tone of your writing to match the audience needs and expectations. A target audience is the person or group of people a piece of writing is intended to reach. Shall we review your target audience? Now, identify the target audience of the following speakers. Again, key in your answers in the comment box below. Ready? Let us start. Let us have the speaker's statement now. Number 1. According to Dr. Alvarez, frequently clean your hands using alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. Cover your nose and mouth with a disposable tissue when coughing and sneezing. And avoid close contact with anyone who has fever and cough. Now, who do you think is the target audience? That is right. The people are the target audience. Let us have another item. Are you all set? Mr. Politician said, if you want to experience good and honest leadership, then do not forget to vote for me on the 9th day of May. Who are the target audience? You are right. The Filipino people old enough to cast their votes. They are from 18 years of age and above. Do not worry. You will have your chance when you reach that age. CEO, if there will be an increase of 50% on our sales at the end of the month, you will be given extra bonuses and gift certificates aside from your 13-month pay. This time, who are the target audience? You are again right on that. The employees are the target audience by the Chief Executive Officer of the company. Let us combine the two. Determine the target audience and judge the relevance and worth of ideas presented in the material viewed. View the images and identify the target audience of the following speakers in each image. Answer the question that follow. Just like before, key in your answer in the comment box below. Are you ready? Let us see what we have with picture A. Who are the target audience of the speaker in the picture? That is correct. The parents of the child who is a patient, are the target audience in the picture. Describe the facial reactions of the family members after hearing the news from the doctor. Yes, you are right. The parents seem to be happy with the findings of the doctor. Examine picture B. Who are the target audience of the speaker in the picture? That is true. The people who will cast their votes are the target audience in the picture. Describe the president that the Philippines should have. Very good. Honesty is one character or virtue of a future president of the Philippines. Yes? Are there some more? Okay, let me see your answer. You are right. Integrity is another. He or she must have firm adherence to the code of values. Another answer? Go ahead. Awesome! Trustworthiness. Nothing is better than a dependable president. Let us move to the third learning competency. Previously in our activities, you learned first to determine the target audience. Then, you judge the relevance and worth of ideas presented in the material viewed. Now, you will recognize propaganda techniques used in a given text. Propaganda is a technique that attempts to influence the opinion, emotion, attitude, or behavior of other people. Propaganda is a set of messages intended to influence opinions, ideas of the masses, not giving the opponents any opportunity to rebut the idea. Instead of telling people the truth, propaganda often aims at manipulating ideas to influence the behavior of a large number of people. So, it presents ideas selectively. Propaganda is related to advertising. It is about promoting a product. Basic propaganda strategies. Number 1, bandwagon. Persuades customers by telling them that others are doing the same thing. Example, a certain brand of t-shirt advertisement wherein a large group of people is wearing the same brand. Number 2, testimonial. Product is sold by using words from famous people of authority figures. Example, celebrities promoting brands. 3, transfer. Product is sold by the name or picture of a famous person or thing, but no words from the said person or thing. 4, repetition. When the product's name is repeated at least 3 times in the advertisement. Example, mint, mint, mint candy for everyone. 5, emotional words. Words that make a customer feel strongly motivated about something or someone. Example, Homegrown Appliance Center says that their electric fans are the best and most economical of all the fans. Propaganda can be utilized in texts, passages, or even in literary selections. I believe anyone can use advertisement or propaganda to share ideas and concepts. Propaganda often aims at manipulation of ideas to influence the behavior of a large number of people. Let us have a completion game. Recognize propaganda techniques by writing the missing letter to complete the definition of terms. Key in your answer in the comment box below. Ready? Let us start. Number 1. It is use of a variety of communication techniques that create an emotional appeal to accept a particular belief or opinion, to adopt a certain behavior, or to perform a particular action. What is that word which has 10 letters? Good answer. That is propaganda. Also, it is a technique that attempts to influence the opinion, emotion, attitude, or behavior of other people. How about the second item? Number 2, it makes the appeal that everyone else is doing it, and so should you. Example, an ad states that everyone is rushing down to the famous car dealer in the city of San Fernando. What is that word which has 9 letters? That is correct. Bandwagon persuades customers by telling them that others are doing the same thing. How about the third item? Number 3. A public figure or a celebrity promotes or endorses a product, a policy, or a political candidate. Example, an actor speaks at a political rally. What is that word which has 11 letters? Correct answer. For this, it is testimonial. Product is sold by using words from famous people of authority figures. I hope you enjoyed this activity, Fernandino Teens. More to unfold when Fernandino Teens TV returns.
Hindi lamang sa larangan ng pangkabuhayan apektado ang maraming pamilyang Pilipino, kundi maging sa larangan ng pagkatuto ng bawat batang Pilipino. Inilunsad ng siyudad ng San Fernando ang programang Nurturing Environment and System for Thriving or NEST, isang education community pantry na naglalayon para sa isang malawakang pagtulong, paglantabay at paggabay na ang focus ay ang makapagbigay ng tulong at suporta sa ating mga mag-aaral sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng educational needs gaya na lamang ng school supplies, tutorial sessions, study tips, at iba pang mga pamamaraan na mas lalong makatutulong sa pag-angat ng ating edukasyon. Dahil hindi hadlang ang pandemya sa magandang kinabukasang naghihintay sa ating mga mag-aaral. Sino-sino nga ba ang mga kalahok sa programang ito? Sa pagtutulungan ng ating school administrators, guro, magulang, at iba pang mga miyembro ng ating komunidad gaya ng barangay officials at sangguniang kabataan ay siguradong magiging mas matagumpay ang programang ito. Paano nga ba ang magiging proseso ng naturang programa? Una, magkakaroon tayo ng isang Facebook group, ang Pampanga High School NEST Education Community Pantry na pangungunahan ng Educational Pantry Coordinator. Ang mga magulang, tagapangalaga at mga guro ay ia-add ng ating Educational Pantry members sa Facebook group na ito. Sa page na ito maaaring i-post ng mga magulang at tagapangalaga o sino mang miyembro ng Educational Pantry ang kanilang mga kahilingan o requests. Kailangan ding ilagay ang pangalan ng mag-aaral, grade, at section para sa mas agarang aksyon. Oo nga pala, hindi lang requests ang pwedeng i-post. Pwede ring mag-post ang mga nais magbigay ng tulong o mga gustong mag-donate. Sabi nga nila, sharing is caring. Tandaan na ang Facebook group na ito ay pribado at posts na may kaugnayan lamang sa page na ito ang maaaprobahan. Mayroon din palang Google Form na ipamamahagi kung saan maaari nating isumite ang ating requests o kahilingan. Paano naman ang mga walang internet access sa bahay? Huwag mangamba dahil merong mga nakalaang drop boxes ang ating paaralan na kung saan maaaring ihulog ng mga magulang at tagapangalaga ang kanilang requests. Sa mga nais namang mag-donate ng school supplies, maaaring ilagay ang mga ito sa tabi ng drop boxes. Maaari ring mag-donate ng mga kagamitan o cash donation kaakibat ang pagsusumite ng deed of donation form. Pangalawa, mahalaga ang ugnayan ng mga guro at ng mga magulang o tagapangalaga sa programang ito. Gamit ang video calls o chats ay ipahahayag ng mga guro ang adhikain ng programang ito sa mga magulang o tagapangalaga. Maaari ring gawin ang orientation na ito ng face-to-face, kasabay ng schedule ng kuhanan ng mga module. Gaya ng nabanggit, hindi lamang mga bagay ang maaaring i-donate. Pwede ring mag-conduct ng tutorial session, study tips, at iba pang mga kagamitan sa pagkatuto gaya ng mga aklat o kaya ay gadgets. Ikatlo, ang requested needs ng ating mga magulang o tagapangalaga ay ililista ng ating NEST focal person. Ang mga coordinator naman ang mag-aayos ng mga ito. Ang advisors ng ating mga mag-aaral, guidance counselor, at iba pang mga guro ay ipaaalam sa ating mga magulang at tagapangalaga ang petsa at oras ng pamimigay ng requested needs na gaganapin sa paaralan. Sabi nga nila, it takes a village to raise a child. Kaya naman aktibo at iba yung pakikilahok ang inaasahan sa pagsasanib puwersa ng paaralan at barangay na siyang tutukoy sa pangangailangan ng bawat Fernandinong mag-aaral at kikilos upang matugunan ito sa tulong at suporta rin ng mga miyembro ng komunidad. Isang malawakang komunidad para sa isang produktibong educational community pantry ay tiyak na lilikha ng iba yung pagkilos upang maging mas magaan at madali ang pagkatuto ng bawat kabataang Fernandino. Kaya naman tandaan, magbigay ayon sa kakayahan, kumuha ayon sa pangangailangan.
Fernandino Teens TV.
Welcome back. You are still watching Fernandino Teens TV Season 2. I know you have enjoyed today's episodes entitled Harmony of Three. Before another activity, let us have a recap of what transpired in today's episode. Let us have a simple recall. Determine if the given statements are true or false. You may type either true or false on the comment box provided. Ready? Number 1. It is always important to know the audience in writing and speaking. Yes, the answer is true. You need to know the audience to be able to get their attention well. Number 2, when analyzing the relevance of ideas, ignore the writer's point of view. Very good. The answer is false. The author's point of view is important to make the reader or listener understands the characters. Number 3. A target audience is the person or group of people a piece of writing is intended to reach. Correct. The answer is true. Shall we have the next? Number 4. Propaganda is a technique that attempts to influence the opinion, emotion, attitude, or behavior of other people. Terrific! The answer is true. It is indeed a technique that attempts to influence the opinion, emotion, attitude, or behavior of other people. Now that you know some of the propaganda devices, join us in identifying the propaganda devices used in each of the following advertisements. Key in your answer in the comment box below. You may choose from the following: A. Bandwagon, B. Testimonial, C. Transfer, D. Repetition, and E. Emotional words. Number 1. A famous young TV and movie actress promoting a fast food chain newest budget meal. You are right. It uses testimonial because a famous young TV and movie actress is promoting a fast food chain newest budget meal. Number 2. A chain of supermalls posted sale, sale, sale posters. You are correct. What we have here is the propaganda device called repetition. Important word is repeated to convince people. Number 3. The newest unit of mobile company is being used and promoted by a famous young actor. Good answer. It is transfer. In the illustration, the product is sold by the name or picture of a famous person or thing, but no words from the said person or thing. Number 4. Best items await you up to 50 to 70% starting this March 15 to 17, 2022. That is correct. It is emotional words. Words that make a consumer feel strongly motivated about someone or something. Number 5. The Philippine president to be filmed or photographed in front of the Philippine flag. Correct. It is transfer, also known as association. Through ads, we were able to identify the propaganda device used. This time, let us recognize propaganda techniques by writing the right word or words to complete the advertisement. Once more, key in your answer in the comment box below. The choices are the following: A. IC, B. Want, C. Satisfaction, D. Slogan, E. Travel. Here we go with the items. Are you all set? Well, if you are, let us start. Number 1. Buy one, take blank yummy burger. Correct. Letter B for 1. You buy one, take one yummy burger. As for the second number, it is number 2. McCafe is creamy, dreamy, blank, chocolatey. That is the right answer. Letter A for the word I see. You are learning fast, Fernandino teens. Number 3. A famous showbiz personality loves to blank around the world and endorses a local airline company. Do you have an answer now? Very good. The answer is letter E for travel. A famous showbiz personality loves to travel around the world and endorses a local airline company. Let us have the fourth number. Number 4, a soya milk commercial that pushes forth the blank, the choice of millennials. Are you ready to give your answer? Great! The answer is letter D for slogan. Number 5, an action star loves the taste of coffee in giving himself blank, and he prefers to have McCafe. What is your answer? Correct! The answer is letter C for satisfaction. You did very well in this activity. I am sure you have learned something about the propaganda devices and the techniques on how to use them as well. To further check your understanding of the whole lesson, let us use all the 3 competencies. First, identify the target audience of a material. Next, judge the relevance and worth of ideas presented in the material by answering yes or no to the question about the ad, then justify why. Lastly, recognize propaganda techniques in a given ad. Consider the following propaganda devices as your choices. A. Bandwagon. B. Testimonial. C. Transfer. D. Repetition. E. Emotional words. Key in your answer in the comment box below. Are you ready? Number 1. Jollibee. A. Who are the target audience? B. Is it important to show a famous personality with the product? Why? C. What propaganda device is used in this ad? Are there those among you Fernandinos interested to answer? You are right. The target audience are the people, the customers. Yes, is the correct answer. And your reason is the product is being patronized by the famous personality. Very good. Transfer is the propaganda device since it shows that the product is endorsed by a name or picture of a famous person or thing, but no words were said by the person. Number 2, Mentos. Have you examined the picture closely? Letter A. I am sure you are familiar with Mentos. Who do you think are the target audience? B. Is it important to mention the product's name for several times? Why? C. What propaganda device is used in this ad? Who can give answers to this item? Yes? You are correct. The target audience are the people who enjoy candies. Yes is the correct answer. By mentioning the product's name repeatedly, the people become familiar with it, or they remember it easily. You are right. Repetition is the propaganda device used since the product's name is repeated several times in the advertisement. Now, let us take a look at the third item. Number 3, bench. How about that picture? A. Who are the target audience? B. Is it important to know that we have Philippine brands selling across Asia? Why? C. What propaganda device is used in that ad which says, "Love local"? Who can give answers to that item? Terrific! This is really getting exciting. That is right. The target audience are the consumers in Asia. Yes is the correct answer. It is very important to know that our local market can already reach the Asian market. That is true. It is used the emotional words because of the words that make a consumer feel strongly motivated about someone or something. With the last activity, you were able to use all the learning competencies. First, identify the target audience of a material. Next, judge the relevance and worth of ideas presented in the material by answering yes or no to the questions about the ad, then justify why. Lastly, recognize propaganda techniques in a given ad. It was a fun-filled moment with you, Fernandino teens. I do hope that you also made good memories with me today. And with that, I would like to say thank you for sharing your precious time with me today. These are the references for today's episodes. Again, I am Ma'am JONI SOFIA CAYANAN, and this is Fernandino Teens TV Season 2. It has been a great pleasure to be with you today. Fernandino Teens, once again, thank you and see you again in another episode. Bye!
Mo ang bagong pag-asa. Simulan mong abutin ang iyong pangarap na magbibigay dangal sa iyong bukas. Ang suliranin, hindi laging nandyan, dapat mong harapin. Kami iyong kasama sa bawat takin, magkaakbay nating lulutasin. Sa Fernandino Teens TV, ang boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ikaw lagi ang bida. Ang mga